Hi, I'm Mary Lou from the Christmas shop at Waterloo Gardens. Today we're going to do a step-by-step process to show you how you can make this elegant Christmas tree in your own home. So one of the first things that I like to do for my own tree and for trees here at Waterloo is we test the lights first, because you can't get very far if your lights don't work. Oh, we're good. So one of the things we do is when we unwrap it, and this goes for a permanent tree or a real tree. Take your lights and you start in the back. And generally, if you want a loop or if you want them straight, it's your own taste, but to secure them when you do that. So give it a little wrap around the branch and then move just a little bit over, not too tight, a little bit loose. Come to this branch, wrap it around, just like that, just a little loop. Don't skimp on lights. It can make the difference between a beautiful tree and one that might be a little bit dark, so make sure you use enough lights. The next thing we like to do is figure out what kind of tree we want. Do we want a family homespun tree? Do we want a tree that is more elements of nature and more natural looking? Do we want an elegant tree for a living room perhaps, or a dining room where there might be, it's a little bit more formal? So today's tree, we're going to do something a little bit in the middle. Here are our sprays for the Christmas tree for the very top, where I'm going to start today. You want them to spray out very naturally and look very flowing. Because these have sparkle to them and with the lights hit them, you're going to be amazed at the kind of presentation that this tree is going to make. And this is very easy to do. Have them add just a little bit upright and a little bit out. We're going to start with 3. We always start in 3s and 5s. We're going to start with 3. So you can see how it's a very nice kind of flowing look to it, but we're not done yet. Now I chose for this one to be very full, so I'm going to put more in it, but you don't have to. You can do 3 of one color and 5 of another color and get a really nice effect, especially if your tree needs to be seen from all the way around. This tree is going to be in a corner, so we don't need to cover the whole back of the tree. So I'm going to do the front and the sides. Now I'm going to go to my contrasting color, which is this gorgeous plum. It's a deep plum, not quite purple. So here we go with the plum next to the champagne. Isn't this gorgeous? And again, don't worry, you don't have to be fussy about this. Just make sure that they all flow naturally. You don't want the one sticking straight out. Again, go more towards vertical and they'll naturally fall. So we go in vertically, and you'll see how it kind of naturally falls out. That's what I'm saying. So we've got a nice balance here. We've got the large sprays going to the left, to the right, and to the center. And some of the smaller sprays you can use for filling in. So I might want to put one like right here. And again, put them in vertically. I'll hold the base of your tree so you don't push your tree over. Just push it in there, and it will fill in. So now you can see how this is spraying out nice and evenly. Again, it's very easy to do. Anybody can do it. You don't have to fuss. That took me 5 minutes. I've picked out a couple of nice spheres that we sell here at Waterloo Gardens. We frequently put these towards the center of our tree to add a little bit of dimension and depth to a tree. And again, these can be used as ornaments, but today I'm going to use them into the tree, deep into the tree, and you'll see the effect when we're done. So again, just you don't have to hang them up, you just push them right to the center. I'm going to do that one. I'm going to put this one down here. So as you can see, I put one sphere here, one down on this side, a little bit over to the left, and then one back down here, a little bit to the right. So it forms almost a little bit of a triangle. That's the easy way to decorate when you have something large like that, so you don't get them all clustered in just one part of your tree. So now that we have our spheres in the tree, nicely buried deep in there for added depth and dimension to a tree, we're going to put the next large item on here. Again, we start with the biggest items first, and they'll go to the more delicate and lighter items. Something that we've chosen at Waterloo today, and that we sell a lot of, are these beautiful snow branches that really look like real snow on the Christmas tree. And I'll show you how we put those in. This happens to have a long branch to it. You could cut it or leave it like this. And we're going to put it right in there. I'm going to start about in the middle. And then you can have it a couple of different ways. You can have it falling down, or you can pull it out a little bit and have it laying on the branches like real snow. These are most effective when you use enough of them. If you just use one or two, it might not have the same effect on your elegant tree. So use enough so that it really has that snow impact. And again, these are a little bit curved, so I'm going to have them flowing towards the center of the tree. And this one, I'm just going to come down just a little bit. And again, I'm going to wrap this around my one branch of my snow branch. Just twisting it around a little bit, just so it stays in place. See, that's nice and secure now. The snow starts there, falls down. It looks like gently falling snow. So all the branches fall naturally, but if one's a little bit off, just bend it down gently and make it look as natural and flowing as possible. Now we're going to put some nice bows on our tree because that's the next kind of bulky item. Here's one of my plum bows made by Ray in our floral department. And it has a really nice wire, a long wire. Don't you get a short wire, get it nice and long, nice tail, we like to call it a nice long tail on the ribbon. Let's bury this a little bit farther into the tree. And ribbons can take a bit of a beating. You don't have to be delicate with them. Again, find a branch in there and just wrap it so it stays put. And then you can fluff it however you'd like. And again, you might notice that I'm keeping within that triangle theme. So I've got one here, one a little bit to our right, and now I'm going to put one over to our left. Okay, next I'm going to use some more of the sprays we have at the top and just kind of put them gently in here for just a little more added color. I'm not going to be too close to the top because we already have a lot of impact up here with the large Waterloo sprays that we've used. So now I'm going to come down here. They're just nice. They've got some stems to them, you can see. So they'll just stay in place. They're not too long. They'll stay in place nicely. You don't need to wire those in. Take a step about at least 10, 15 feet back in your room and look at your tree, and you'll be able to see if something's a little bit out of balance, or you need a little bit more color, or another bow or something in one area. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to take a step back and look at my tree and see where I need to fill it in. You can see we're doing really well at the top. I'm going to start moving down towards the middle of the tree now. We're almost done with our elegant living room Waterloo Christmas tree, but I'm going to use one ornament on this tree. The one that we've chosen today is a white teardrop, which again, it's for a living room, so it adds to the elegance of this tree. And we're just going to put on about 10 or 12 on this tree. And again, as I look at our tree here and the placement of our nice white teardrop ornaments that we have, I want to make sure I'm still using that triangle kind of design element so that there's full balance on this tree and I don't have any pockets or holes in the tree. So again, following the line down from the first one we put on, down to the second one, a little bit to the right. And over here to the left is our third one. So here is 1, 2, 3 white teardrops. Again, illuminating that triangle kind of design theme. Where I have a little bit of extra color that might not be in your tree, but will be a pretty contrast, is some of our nicely wrapped Waterloo Gardens presents. And if it's in the living room, whether you're using it as your family tree to open up your holiday presents on Christmas morning, or in your living room where you just want something that looks very elegant next to your tree, just wrap a couple of really pretty boxes. Thank you for joining us in our elegant living room Christmas tree. This can be very easily done in your own home. Just come and see one of us at Waterloo and we'll help you put it together. Thanks for joining me.